You know, ever since putting this guy together, there's a lot of MDF dust all over my basement. I'm breathing the stuff. It's all over everything. I mean, look at this mess. Ugh. So how am I going to fix it? It's what's called a Comperetto Cube. What the hell is a Comperetto Cube? How the hell do you build it? And most importantly, do they really work? We're going to find out. Welcome back to Weekend Social Builds. Now, the Chisler is a little bit too cheap to put together a dust collection system for his workshop over here. But I did come across something as I was looking for ways to clean the air cheaply, DIY style. And that's where the Comperetto Cube comes up. This guy came up with this idea. He deserves a prize, at least for its ingenuity, its cost effectiveness. And you know what? It just it makes sense. So how are we going to put this together? First, you're going to need 4 air filters. I bought 2 packs of 20 by 20 by 1 inch air filters. Now, the original video said to use 2 inches. I didn't want to invest too much before seeing if this worked. Also, they recommend that you go higher on the scale of filtration. The higher the number, the smaller or finer the particulate matter it will remove from the air. But I chose to go with one that I think is going to work pretty well for MDF, at least for the first pass. The other thing that you're going to need something to cut a cardboard box with. You are going to need cardboard, and you're going to need duct tape. And of course, you're going to need a box fan, 20 by 20 inch if you can find it. Let's get to the build.
Just get excited at the beginning. I may be down, but I'm ready to roll. And I'm gonna stay way past the end. Isn't it strange that 6 years ago the conversation never got this heavy? If we hadn't made each other miserable, then there could have been a point to this conversation. This is just another offer. You don't ever plan on cashing in. Does it ever make you wonder why you never heard from me again?
So the way that this guy works, each one of these filters has an arrow that's supposed to indicate where the airflow goes. So you want them all pointed to go inside, go in towards this cube space, right? The other thing you want to do is for the fan, you want to make sure that you've got the air blowing out this way. So it's going to suck in air from each one of those filters and it's going to push it out the fan. Now the other thing it's going to do is because you're putting it on the floor, it's going to get all 4 sides and it's going to push it up, not around the room, not spreading the dust, but actually collecting it and pushing it upwards. So dirty air goes in, clean air out. We're going to plug this guy in right here and see how it does. Right now it's about 6 o'clock. We're going to leave it running for a couple hours and then we're going to come back and see what kind of dust is collected on the filters. Check it out. It is after 24 hours sitting here. Looks like it's collecting some dust. I can tell you the air quality definitely feels cleaner in here. So, but yeah, it's running. It's going. So this is after 3 days, running nonstop. You can definitely see there is some dust that's being collected on this son of a gun. Air quality is amazing. I highly recommend this. Pretty good. Comperetto Cube. And here it is after about a week. Now you can definitely see there is dust collecting like crazy all over this guy. So, yeah. Pretty impressive. Way to go, Comperetto. So, the $64,000 question, does it work? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I'll tell you straight up, from day one, from installing it in the wood shop and then in the basement, the air quality is 10,000 times better, in my opinion. So if you're wondering if you should build this or not, I'd say go ahead and give it a shot. I have zero regrets. It's inexpensive. It works. Everybody that's seen it has been amazed. And Comperetto, you're a genius. So here's to you. I'm gonna raise my glass to you right now. So much so that you've inspired me to clean up my workshop, and I've added you to the list of completed builds right over there. So what's next? We'll be back with some more weekend social builds. But if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll reach out. And thanks so much. Weekend social, guys. Cheers.